Lightning danced with a rumble across the skies above St. George Sunday night. Splendor Sargent and her husband captured this video while driving through about 3 to 4 feet of water, traveling home.
St. George shuttle, the cars are literally underwater. Do not go by St. George shuttle. Do not take that road. Cars are literally underwater.
The storm came quickly. Nearly 1.5 inches of rain fell in the St. George area in about 90 minutes. The heavy downpour of rain and winds caused a siege of water to rush down from the hillsides, leaving mud, debris, and lots of problems. Homeowners living along 900 East in St. George were the most impacted. It wasn't because of water flooding in their basements, but rather a backup of sewage water after they said a pumping station quit working when the power flashed off.
Our sewer in our basement started coming up through the toilets and through the bathtubs, and all of my neighbors along this whole street here, same thing. Everybody's toilets and bathtubs started overflowing, and in our house we ended up about that deep in sewer water in our entire basement, and it took us until 3:30 in the morning to finish sucking and pumping out all of the sewage water out of our house.
We were in the backyard, and all of a sudden came in our house and it smelled horrible, and we went and looking for the smell and found it quickly in the basement. But our home's only 3 years old, and we're guessing it was a fully complete basement, and we're looking easily by construction and replacement costs of furniture and bedding and everything could easily hit towards $70,000 to $100,000.
St. George Mayor John Pike quickly declared a local state of emergency, prompting Governor Gary Herbert to fly to St. George for a quick overview of the damage. They stopped to look at a 40-foot deep sinkhole at the Ramada Inn, which swallowed up the manager's car in the parking lot.
There was a car that was parked there that is in the hole, as we understand, still. And then we have the other sinkhole down on Four-Master Drive by the hospital that we actually had traffic that was flowing, and then somebody noticed it and called it in. We were able to get it barricaded off. But just be real conscious of those areas they're blocked off for a reason, especially when it's flooding. And
the hotel was evacuated and is closed down while the site is evaluated. Most of the flood damage was in the central part of the city.
So I'm encouraged that it wasn't worse, but we probably will need some help with what has happened. We're still waiting to hear, in fact, from the county. The St. George branch of the Washington County Library has some significant damage that we didn't know about until this morning.
City crews were sent out right away to clean up the debris. Those who tracked the storm said it only hit hard here.
And luckily, it looks like this is just an isolated, unfortunate for St. George, but a storm that was, lack of better terms, their term.
Officials are so far estimating the damage nearing $500,000. However, they won't know the real numbers until it's all said and done.
It's harder for the private sector. They're expected to have private flood insurance and to take care of those damages themselves. But we're going to see what we can do to help out, and that's part of the assessment evaluation, see what the total is. We're guessing it's probably $500,000 right now, and probably rising.
There's been a lot of work that has happened already, and a lot of friends and neighbors helping out their neighbors who had, sewers backed up and, flooding in their homes. So there's been a lot of that always gives me hope and really brings out the good in people.
This is the first storm St. George has seen in the past 30 days, but it won't be the last. In St. George, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.